Morning, Western fans. Today is going to be, or should I say, this video is going to be filmed over, I think, a number of visits here. So don't be surprised if my costume changes. Indeed, it is going to change almost immediately because there are a couple of topics I want to discuss before I get on to the main one. The first one is the end of the dry season and the start of the rainy season. In a synopsis, I went to the Bangwad Lake back in around about July the 13th, I think it was, and it turned out that that was about the lowest point it ever got this year, and for quite a few years. I went and shot some video, one section of which I'll include here. And as you can see, someone has left a little religious token on this rock to some kind of water deity or another. And shortly after that, the rain started, and the water started going up pretty fast. And I don't know, I'll put the dates on the clip, but within 2 or 3 weeks, the China offering was about to be submerged. And here we can see that same rock on July the 27th, and it's no longer high and dry on the bottom of the lake, and it's just about to go under. And I went back today and it's now under about 4 feet of water, and when the lake is full it will be under something like 30 feet of water. So there's been a lot of rain and it's filling fast. I'm in Rawai Beach. I plan to come here for some time now, but like an idiot, I came out in a rush as usual, and I forgot to put my camera in my bag, so this is being shot on my iPhone, but the clip I'm gonna shoot is quite short, so it'll just have to do. This is one of those where did my life go moments. A little earlier in the month, I'd heard that someone had died, and I was instantly taken back to early 1982 when the Argentinians invaded the Falkland Islands, and it was obvious to us that a war was coming, and it was a really big deal. So the PM at the time, the Prime Minister, Margaret Thatcher, although she was a woman, she had the balls to assemble a task force and sail for the other side of the globe to recapture the islands, which were part of Britain, even though the Argentines fervently dispute that to this day. The task force was assembled with a motley collection of Royal Naval ships, airplanes, RAF airplanes, soldiers, ocean liners, and car ferries, and you name it. It all got converted and went out there to war. And the air arm of this flotilla, composed of 24 Harrier jets, that's all, to take on the much larger and well-trained and one has to say very brave, Argentinian Air Force, and take them on they did. And as the task force were sailing down to the Falklands on the other side of the globe, they had plenty of time to train and plenty of time to reflect on their fate. And it's been reported, and it must be pretty obvious, that at the time most of them didn't think they were coming back. On board HMS Invincible, which was one of 3 aircraft carriers that the British had at the time. I mean, it's tiny. It's basically a car ferry design adapted to be an aircraft carrier, and only for helicopters and Harriers. But there were 8 Sea Harriers aboard that carrier, and all of the air arm was commanded by Commander Sharkey Ward. Now, Sharkey, we and I thought his flying nickname, like all pilots have a nickname nowadays. I think it came from Top Gun, I don't know. But that's not true. In the Royal Navy, anyone with a surname of Ward is given the nickname Sharkey. They far exceeded expectations, and they managed to obtain at least 10 kills. That's the number that Sharkey was involved in. Personally, single-handedly, he made 3 kills, a couple of super entendards and a Pucara, but we lost around about 4 or 5 Harriers, but no pilots. So all of the pilots came home. And this was one of the first wars that had the press and the TV embedded into the troops on the ships. And I remember one famous reporter who would comment on the air missions taking off from HMS Invincible, saying,
"I'm not allowed to say how many planes joined the raid, but I counted them all out, and I counted them all back. Their pilots were unhurt, cheerful and jubilant, giving thumbs up signs."
Which was a huge relief. And the name of Sharkey Ward sort of stuck in the British consciousness, if you like. And it became synonymous with, our supposed heroic action to retake the Falklands. So, learning of this death made me wonder where my life had gone, because here we stand in 2024, and I just heard that Commander Sharkey Ward had died peacefully in his home in Grenada at the age of 80, so he died of old age. And he was this young, vibrant figure that was the hero of Britain when I was a young man. And one can't help but wonder, where does one's life go? And but anyway, this is a shout out to Sharkey Ward. May you rest in peace, and thanks for everything you did. And I already have a slot in my next video to insert this clip. And I did say my costume would be changing. I didn't say my location would change, but my costume would be changing. So there you have it. I counted them all out and I counted them all back in again. So that means no loss.